Hello, everyone! It's your homeboy, your guy, the man with the plan, the kid next door, and so much more, Zukashi King. It's a little dark in here. I'm gonna turn on the lights. There we go. It's your homeboy, your yada yada yada. It's me, Zukashi King. And today, folks, we are doing another random topic. But today, we're gonna do a few different things. Because first off, I have a bunch of random topics that I have not posted yet, and I am very excited and very eager to share them with you. So we're gonna do there's gonna be a lot of random topics posted today and tomorrow, between today and tomorrow and Sunday. But another thing we're going to be doing differently is this. I got some random topics that actually kind of fit within a scene and a different that go into topics together. So I will be doing random topics, and some of the random topic videos will have 2 videos in them, and those will be special edition random topics. So this first one we're going to do is we're going to be talking a little bit about Spider-Man, and not just how Spider-Man, I know we focus a lot on Spider-Man, a lot of Spider-Man stuff, and I gotta admit, I'm a big webhead fan, and today, I got to thinking a while back, who is the best Aunt May? Well, what is the difference between the Aunt Mays and the Sony Spider-Man verse? And who is also the better supporter for our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man between MJ, Gwen Stacy, and the MJ played by Zendaya? So that's what we're going to be doing today, people. We're going to be talking about the different Aunt Mays and how they both brought stability into Peter Parker's life. Peter Parker's life through being Spider-Man. And we're going to talk about the different relationship partners that were the best supporters for Peter in his Spider-Man endeavors between Kirsten Dunst's MJ, Emma Stone's Gwen Stacy, and Zendaya's MJ. So, without further ado, let's get into it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a fun and exciting debate. Who played the best Aunt May in the Spider-Man movies? It's a question that sparks passionate discussions among comic book fans and moviegoers alike. We've had the privilege of seeing some incredibly talented actresses take on this iconic role, each bringing their own unique flavor and interpretation to the character. From the classic portrayal to the modern reimagining, Aunt May has been a constant source of love, wisdom, and occasional comic relief in Peter Parker's life. So, put on your nostalgia goggles, grab your web shooters, and let's swing into action as we break down the performances of 3 amazing actresses who brought Aunt May to life on the big screen. Let's kick things off with Rosemary Harris, who graced our screens as Aunt May in Sam Raimi's beloved Spider-Man trilogy. From the very first film, Harris embodied the quintessential Aunt May, capturing the heart and soul of the character we knew from the comic books. Her portrayal was warm, nurturing, and full of love for her nephew Peter. She perfectly balanced the role of the concerned yet supportive aunt, always there to offer a warm meal, words of wisdom, and a shoulder to cry on. Remember that iconic scene in the first Spider-Man where Peter, overwhelmed by his newfound powers, confesses his fears to Aunt May? Harris's performance in that scene is pure magic, her eyes filled with a mixture of worry and unwavering faith in her nephew. She delivered lines like, "With great power comes great responsibility," with such sincerity and conviction, instantly becoming the voice of reason and morality in Peter's life. Harris's Aunt May wasn't just a plot device or a damsel in distress, she was a fully realized character with her own anxieties and vulnerabilities. We saw her struggle financially, worry about Peter's well-being, and even stand up to the Green Goblin himself, showcasing her inner strength and determination. Even in the face of danger, she never wavered in her love and support for Peter, reminding us that even superheroes need a loving family to ground them. Harris brought a timeless quality to the role, creating an Aunt May who felt both familiar and comforting. Her performance resonated deeply with audiences, making her the definitive Aunt May for an entire generation. She set the bar incredibly high, leaving big shoes to fill for any actress daring to step into the role after her. Next up, we have the incredibly talented Sally Field, who took on the mantle of Aunt May in Mark Webb's Amazing Spider-Man series. Field brought a fresh perspective to the character, offering a more grounded and relatable portrayal of the iconic Aunt. Field's Aunt May felt like a real person grappling with the challenges of raising a teenager in today's world. She had a more modern sensibility, facing financial struggles, worrying about bills, and dealing with the everyday realities of life. Despite these challenges, she remained a rock for Peter, providing him with the love and support he desperately needed, especially after the loss of his parents. Field brought a certain strength and resilience to the role. We saw her stand up to bullies, worry about Peter's safety as Spider-Man, and even confront the villainous Lizard, showing that she wasn't afraid to fight for her family. One of the most compelling aspects of Field's performance was the complex dynamic she shared with Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker. Their relationship felt authentic and lived in, filled with both love and tension as they navigated the challenges of adolescence. Field's Aunt May wasn't afraid to lay down the law or express her concerns, creating a more realistic portrayal of a parent-child relationship. She wasn't just a source of comfort, she was a guiding force in Peter's life, challenging him to be the best version of himself. While some may have initially questioned her casting, Sally Field ultimately won over audiences with her heartfelt and relatable portrayal of Aunt May. She brought a depth and complexity to the role, proving that even iconic characters can be reimagined for a new generation. And last but certainly not least, we have the incredible Marissa Tomei, who brought a breath of fresh air to the role of Aunt May in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Tomei's casting initially raised eyebrows, but she quickly won over audiences with her youthful energy and undeniable charm. Tomei's Aunt May is a significant departure from previous iterations. She's younger, more energetic, and possesses a playful wit that instantly sets her apart. This Aunt May is hip, stylish, and more in tune with pop culture, making her relatable to a younger generation of moviegoers. Despite her youthful appearance, Tomei still embodies the core characteristics that make Aunt May so endearing. She's deeply caring, fiercely protective of Peter, and always ready with a witty quip or a supportive hug. Her relationship with Tom Holland's Peter Parker feels incredibly authentic, capturing the dynamic of a close-knit aunt-nephew bond. They share a playful banter and a deep understanding of each other, making their scenes together a joy to watch. Tomei's Aunt May isn't just a supporting character, she has agency and a life of her own. She works as a nurse, volunteers at a local shelter, and even has a brief romantic subplot, showcasing her independence and zest for life. Her reaction to discovering Peter's secret identity as Spider-Man is both hilarious and heartwarming. Instead of being terrified, she accepts it with a mix of concern and amusement, proving that this Aunt May is anything but conventional. Marissa Tomei's portrayal of Aunt May is a testament to the character's enduring appeal. She successfully reinvented the role for a new generation, proving that Aunt May can be both a timeless icon and a modern woman. So, who do you think played the best Aunt May? Let us know in the comments below. Was it Rosemary Harris's classic portrayal, Sally Field's grounded and relatable take, or Marissa Tomei's fresh and modern interpretation? Each actress brought something special to the role, creating memorable and beloved versions of this iconic character. Ultimately, the best Aunt May is the one who resonates most with you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more awesome content. See you next time.
Well, folks, I think that was actually pretty good and pretty well descriptive. A few things I have to say. One, there were some incorrections in the video. Like I said, this is AI talking, and so AI is gonna get some things wrong. It's not perfect yet, but I don't exactly recall Rosemary Harris actually standing up to the Goblin. I mean, I know she came face to face with him, but I don't think it was more like standing up to him. I think it was more like being scared or terrified by him, threatened. Marissa Tomei, though, did stand up to the Goblin. I haven't seen No Way Home yet, so I won't be spoiling much if you haven't seen it. I haven't seen it, honestly, but I've seen clips and bits and pieces. But Marissa Tomei, she did stand up to the Goblin. Sally Field, I don't actually remember standing up to the Lizard. I don't think she was ever involved with the Lizard. But yeah, I actually feel like all three women were very great actresses in the roles of Spider-Man. And I really think in the roles of Aunt May in the Spider-Man verse. And I actually feel like that AI hit the nail on the head when we got the description of each one. Rosemary Harris definitely was a supportive, caring, and emotional support. Sally Field, grounded, very strict, not very strict, but strict when it came to protecting her nephew and Ashley, giving counsel and stuff. Marissa Tomei, she definitely was the spunky one. She was totally the one aunt that actually was more modern, that actually had was hip, I guess, and was very, 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 I don't know. I don't know the word exactly. I feel like the word I'm looking for is equipped to actually youthful. That's the word I'm looking for. Youthful. And boy, was she useful. I mean, whew. Marissa Tomei is Aunt May. Yes. Okay. I'm sorry, not foreign doggy. But yes, I feel like all three women played a very substantial Aunt May, because each of them, if you believe it or not, each of them played that role precisely to what was actually, I think they all very much were parallel to the Spider-Man that they were acting with. Tobey Maguire was a young man at the time of being Spider-Man and was basically out of high school and fresh in college. So yes, he had lost Uncle Ben. And Aunt May, Rosemary Harris's Aunt May was literally the supportive role model and the supportive person. Sally Field, she was with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, was a teenager in high school still, not just yet graduating, and he was still kind of like a freshman or a senior, I think, or probably a senior, but still, Sally Field's Aunt May was perfect for that role because she was grounded, and when Peter got rebellious, she put him back in his place. And also, Marissa Tomei, her Aunt May for Tom Holland's Spider-Man was sublime. There was a relationship between them, a very because Tom Holland was portraying obviously the young Peter Parker that we see in comics most of the time, and also in the TV shows, the animated TV shows. So she is definitely perfect for that role with Tom Holland because they both had that lively attitude. I think they both were great. Now, who do I think was the best? I honestly can't say who was better. I really think they all were great women who portrayed Aunt May. It was literally, they pointed out the different aspects. If you get an actress that plays all three aspects, I think I think by then we'll have a description of who would be the better Aunt May if that ever does happen. Hopefully it doesn't, because, Aunt May, No Way Home, spoiler, she dead. She died. I'm like, why? We already lost Tony. We already lost Black Widow. We lost Loki. We lost Vision. We lost Tony Stark, for crying out loud. Who needs to die? Please. But yeah, I think that's actually a good point of view. But now, let's get into our next video of the better girlfriend for Peter Parker. Was it Kirsten Dunst's Mary Jane Watson? Was it Emma Stone's Gwen Stacy? Or is it Zendaya's MJ? Let's find out.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of the podcast. Today we're diving deep into the web of romance surrounding our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Ooh, exciting! I'm always up for a good superhero love triangle. Or is it a square?
Haha, closer to a triangle. We're focusing on the big three, Mary Jane, Gwen, and MJ. I've got an essay here by Chris Stuckman, the YouTube film critic, that breaks down each relationship beautifully.
Sounds good. I'm more familiar with the movies than the comics, so this should be interesting.
Perfect. So, the essay starts by setting the scene, talking about how Spider-Man's life isn't just about swinging and fighting villains. It's also about love and relationships, right?
Right.
So, first up is Mary Jane Watson, played by Kirsten Dunst in the Sam Raimi trilogy. Stuckman calls her the quintessential girl next door with a fiery spirit.
Oh yeah, I remember her. She was the actress, right?
Yes, she had big dreams and faced tough times, but she always persevered, and that red hair, iconic!
Totally. So what kind of impact did she have on Peter?
Well, according to Stuckman, their relationship is a cornerstone of the Raimi trilogy. It starts as a childhood crush and evolves into something much deeper. They share intimate moments, face difficult situations together. She's his rock, you know?
Yeah, I get that. A sense of normalcy in his crazy life.
Exactly. She's there for him when he struggles with his dual identity, offering support and understanding. She even sees his superheroic feats firsthand, which gives her a unique perspective.
That's gotta be pretty intense.
For sure. And she also faces her own challenges, like pursuing her acting career while also dealing with the dangers of being close to Spider-Man. She's often targeted by his enemies.
All right.
Alright, let's talk Gwen. Emma Stone's portrayal in films is quite different. Gwen is brilliant, independent, and passionate about science.
I liked her. She was smart and witty.
Exactly. Stuckman points out how she matches Peter's intellect and challenges him to think differently. Their relationship is built on mutual respect and intellectual connection, a shared love for science.
A science power couple. I like it.
Right? They even collaborate on projects together, and she becomes his confidant, offering support and understanding from a different angle than Mary Jane.
How so?
Well, she provides a unique perspective on his superhero life, encouraging him to use his powers responsibly and think strategically. Her scientific knowledge becomes invaluable in helping him overcome challenges.
So she's not just a damsel in distress?
Definitely not. She's proactive in helping Spider-Man fight crime, using her intelligence and resourcefulness. She's brave and willing to put herself at risk to protect others.
That's awesome. A true partner in crime fighting.
Absolutely. Now let's move on to the most recent iteration of MJ, played by Zendaya in the MCU.
Intrigued. She was quite different from the previous MJs.
She's fiercely independent and keeps her emotions guarded. Stuckman describes her as enigmatic and observant, with a dry wit and a unique perspective on the world. Very different. How does her relationship with Peter develop?
Yeah, she's definitely more mysterious.
She sees through Peter's facade and recognizes his hidden depths. It starts with shared awkwardness and social alienation, but blossoms into a genuine connection built on mutual respect and understanding. It's a slow burn.
I see. So what kind of support does she offer?
She pushes him to grow as a person. Hers is less overt but equally significant. She challenges him to be true to himself, embrace his vulnerabilities, and confront his fears.
Interesting. A different kind of support than the others.
Exactly. She's not coddling him. She's helping him become a better version of himself.
I like that.
So, who does Stuckman think is the best love interest?
Well, he argues that it's subjective. Each woman brings unique qualities to the relationship. Media group Spider-Man with Mary Jane, Gwen, or MJ. Hosts discussing Spider-Man at @stock@distribute_equally. Mary Jane provides emotional grounding. Gwen offers intellectual stimulation and active assistance. And MJ fosters emotional growth and self-acceptance.
That's fair. It's hard to compare them directly.
Exactly. He concludes that each relationship highlights different aspects of Peter's character and contributes significantly to his journey. And ultimately, that's what makes Spider-Man's romances so appealing. They're relatable.
I agree. We've all struggled with balancing different parts of our lives, and seeing a superhero go through similar challenges makes him more human.
Absolutely. And that's what makes these stories resonate with audiences. They remind us that even superheroes need human connection.
Well said. Thanks for breaking down the essay, Chris. That was a really interesting discussion.
My pleasure, Mark. Always fun to chat about Spider-Man. And thanks to everyone for listening. We'll be back next week with another episode.
Wow, that was interesting. So I got a little creative with this video when I first made it. I wanted AI to put it into a debate, like have a bunch of debaters talking about the different supports, romantic supports in Peter Parker's life, and I actually kind of liked it how it went. I do have a few notes though. I've never been a fan of Kirsten Dunst's MJ, Mary Jane Watson, because it seemed while she balanced Peter's emotional state, it seemed her emotional state was also unbalanced. Because, don't get me wrong, she's a great character, iconic, especially for the early comics, because she's always got that red iconic hair. But the thing is that while Peter was always in love with MJ, with Mary Jane kind of was iffy towards Peter. I mean, she went from liking her ex-boyfriend Flash on to liking Harry. Then while she was with Harry, she was liking Spider-Man, and basically told Peter that she was in love with Spider-Man rather than Harry. And then when Peter told her how he felt about her, when Peter told MJ how he felt about her, she literally started going towards Peter, and then ultimately left Harry, and then decided she wanted with Peter. And yes, in time, she grew to love Peter. But then, even then, in the second movie, we see her about to marry Jameson's son. And it's very interesting that at the end of the wedding, she goes back to Peter. I know she sees Peter with his mask off as him from Spider-Man with his mask off. I know she sees him and then realizes that the man she loved was always the hero she admired. But you were already engaged, and you left your fiance at the altar. You could have just talked to him about it. And then, even then, after she went with Peter, she got jealous over a little kiss that Spider-Man gave Gwen, when the Spider-Man, aka Peter Parker, gave Gwen Stacy at his award ceremony. It wasn't anything, really. I genuinely think that Peter didn't mean it. He gave Gwen a kiss the same way he gave MJ a kiss, Mary Jane a kiss, but I don't think Peter actually meant it, and she just got jealous over it. This is probably my unpopular opinion, but really, I think all the same, even after she went back to Harry, and when Harry threatened to hurt Peter, she literally dumped Peter out of fear that Harry would dump him, that would hurt him. But, I mean, like, MJ, your boyfriend, the guy you love, who you know is Spider-Man, is Spider-Man. He can take care of himself from his friend. He did it once already. It's just very confusing how Kirsten Dunst's and Mary Jane Watson was played out. And I feel like while she was always supporting Peter, that emotionally she was emotionally unsupported herself. Gwen Stacy, yes, I understand. I love Emma Stone's Gwen Stacy. A very, very intellectual character. Very independent, I think, because she even faced off against the Lizard. Yes, she faced off against the Lizard. So yeah, she wasn't just damsel in distress. Sure, it got her killed in the end, but yes, I feel like she was very, very supportive in the intellectual department. Now, Zendaya's MJ, I gotta admit, huge fan of it. And speaking of which, shout out to MJ. Shout out to Tom Holland and Zendaya on their engagement. I hope they make it last. I hope they get happily married and have their happily ever after. I mean, love those two. Loved it ever since the first Spider-Man Homecoming movie. I loved it. I thought it was adorable. I thought it was sweet. And I hope they make it work. But, anyways, back to this topic on hand. I feel like Zendaya's MJ was very grounded, very emotionally stable, very intellectual, and very independent. That actually makes me think that she was the better supporter in the Spider-Man verse. Because not only was she intellectual and independent and emotionally stable, she loved Peter. She loved Harry, but Peter no matter what. Even at times when it could have cost her everything, when it did cost her everything in her future, she was happy with him. That's all she wanted. And I feel like I'm going to say it. I give Zendaya a 5-star rating. Gwen Stacy, a 4.5. Mary Jane Watson from Kirsten Dunst, I'm sorry. I'm going to give her a 3.5 on the count that she was emotionally unstable. So Kirsten Dunst's Mary Jane Watson is a 3.5 stars. Emma Stone's Gwen Stacy, 4 stars. Zendaya MJ, 4.5 stars to 5 stars. I'm sorry. I think Zendaya's MJ was the better supporter in the field of being being Spider-Man's lover. I really feel like that. And that's not because Zendaya or Tom Holland are getting married, but because Zendaya's portrayal of MJ was grounded, was intellectual, was fiercely independent, wasn't just a damsel in distress, and actually kind of was emotionally supportive of Peter as well as of herself, because she, like I said, she was happy no matter what with him. So yeah. Okay, folks, I hope you guys enjoy this random topic. This was a good one. This was awesome. I love doing it with you guys. Stay tuned for the next episode that will be coming out. I hope you guys will like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, share this video with anyone you like, and remember, be kind, be safe, be swell. Peace.